Now we're going to update the information on our club webpage. To do this, we'll click Settings in the menu and Club Details in the drop-down. Here we can see a variety of input boxes where we can edit our information. At the top, we have Name. This should only be changed if your club has voted to change the club name and has updated the club rules of governance. Next, we have Reference. This will update your club URL. When you update this URL, you will update the URL for every page associated with your club on the USASA website. This includes the URL for any membership groups, for every event, for every news item, for every form, and for every store product and any additional pages that you have. This means that anywhere your URL has been included outside the USASA website must be updated as well. That might include the USASA website, your club Facebook page, your club Instagram page, your posters that might be printed. Once you've changed the URL, the old URL will take people to a 404 page not found error. For this reason, I strongly advise against updating your URL unless you really have to. Next, we have short description. This is where you can include a tagline for your club. Below that, we have description where you can elaborate on with more details about your club. Scrolling down a little further, we can see we have Facebook page name. So by entering your Facebook URL here, you will include a link to your Facebook on the front page. To do this, you want to copy the URL from your Facebook page and paste this here. Then you want to delete the front half of that URL. This function has already been set up with that front part of the URL, so you only need to include either the page name or the group number. As always, make sure you save any changes. If we then go to the public site, we can see there's now a button to connect on Facebook. And as always with anything, you want to check that that link works. So that's been successful. We can see that we've landed on the USASA Clubs page. We also have the option to add a Twitter handle if our club has a Twitter. And we have the option to include a couple of images. The image here where it says logo is the image that will appear in the clubs list. So all of these images are the logo image from that section of the website. We can see here we also have the option to include a header. This club currently doesn't have a header, so we'll add one now by selecting Choose File and picking an image. Again, we want to save that change. And we'll go back to public site and we can see we now have a header image for the club. There are a couple of other boxes here. We have establishment date. So this is the date that the club webpage was added to the website. We also have AGM date. This is not really used in any function currently. And we have email address. Email address is where we want to include the club generic email address. If you go to the public site again, this is included in this link here to contact the club. It's also where any membership notifications are sent and is sometimes included in outgoing emails. So we really recommend keeping that generic as you don't want to be overwhelming your personal inboxes with information about the club. If you scroll back up to the top, you can see categories. And we can see you have the option to update the categories your club is included on the website. Once again, if you go to the Search Clubs function on the front page, if you select drop down and say, for instance, a campus, it'll include the clubs that have selected the category. So we can see we're not currently included in City East. We might service City East as a club, so we can update that to include City East. If we update that there and click City East and apply, we can see our Choose Club is now included there. So that's all of the useful functions that you can update and edit to keep your club page up to date using the club details settings.